The Swerve was a film that was recommended to me by a sort of friend. I don't know. He's being a kind of a dick lately. But anyways, he had thrown this on his top 20 of the year, and this is a film that he's brought up to me a couple times, and I was just like, okay, is this horror? Like, I was asking him, he's like, yes. And then I went on to IMDb, and it said just drama, and I was like, interesting. And then I went on to like Amazon to rent it, and it said that it was a horror thriller drama. And then I went on to like Just Watch, and it said it was like a horror thriller, and I was like, oh, okay, it must be. So I watched this, and I'm gonna have to disagree. This is just a straight up drama. Like, I could see an argument for horror elements, but to consider this a horror film for the year, that's a stretch. I don't really care. I mean, you can throw fucking, Soul or, fucking Mulan on your damn list if you want. I really couldn't give a fuck, to be honest. I just personally wouldn't consider this a horror film, so you will not see it on my list. Okay, that being out of the way now, as a drama, this is great. This is very, very good. This is very, very good, so I can see why it would make his list. I just disagree with its classification, so who cares about that? So he can put it wherever the fuck he wants on his list for any reason. I don't really care. Moving on. So this is about a woman who has a pretty shitty life, man. She's like, and unfortunately, it's an all too familiar life. It's something that I feel like a lot of us have come across, in our lives. Just encounters, especially me as a hairdresser who talk to housewives a lot. This woman is just kind of overworked and underappreciated. She has 2 kids. Her kids are fucking little teenage monsters. Like, they're just ungrateful idiots who just don't ever see their mom. They just use her for what they need, and they just go on with their life. Teenagers, right? But they have like no relationship at all. Then her husband, who seems to just not notice she exists, he's trying to like get this promotion. His fucking, his life is all wrapped up. He's completely ignoring her. And she is a teacher at a school, and she just, I don't want to say too much. All I can say is that her life is just not going as well as she might have hoped, and she wants to be noticed. She wants to be seen. She wants to be appreciated, and so she kind of starts to battle severely with depression. And her sister, played by Ashley Bell, is a fucking asshole. Her family's a fucking asshole. Like, everyone around her is an asshole, except for one kid in her class. And the way all of this plays out feels all too real. It all feels all too real. And the performance from our lead here is excellent. As far as like dramatic performances of someone who's absolutely just lost any will to go on. He's trying her damnedest to find a reason to exist. She kills this. She is so fucking great in this movie. And I've seen her 1,000 times. She's an actress I'm very familiar with. But this is probably her best role, her best performance. Now, as far as the title of the movie, The Swerve, goes, I'm going to let you find out what that is in the film. All I will say is I am completely on board with it and find it to be completely justifiable. Maybe things aren't going about the way that maybe they should have after, but regardless, I don't think anybody. I don't think. Let's just say I'm. I don't want to give anything away. I'm trying to play as coy as I possibly can there, but I don't think anything's wrong. Anything's done wrong there. Let's just say that. Anyways, but yeah, man, this is a rough one. This is fucking depressing. This is sad. This is a sad film. And the last line of this movie is devastating. fucking devastating. And I feel like it kind of properly and fully embodies like a very, very overlooked, depressed individual and kind of the lengths that they'll go to for what they want. So, yeah, it just it had some elements in it. I can't compare it to movies, but I want to be like, oh, it's got elements of this and it's got elements of that. Just little things that I feel like would give it away if people thought about it much. So it's always difficult to talk about these things spoiler free, but it's currently streaming on Amazon Prime. If you're into character studies and like really, really dark, depressing looks at depression, this is one of the better ones that I've seen. This is a great movie, no doubt. It's just gonna bum you the fuck out when you watch it. It's super, super sad, but the performance is fantastic. Everybody's very good in it. I mean, you're supposed to dislike mostly everybody, and I very much do. And you know, I don't feel like anyone is super villainous in this. Like, I didn't look at anybody in the film and go, oh my god, what a fucking, like, what an unforgivable monster this person is. They're just kind of all realistic, oblivious people. Like, they just take somebody for granted, and they just don't give them the attention that they deserve, or the credit that they deserve. And as I said, this is why I'm saying this film feels all too familiar. It feels all too real. There's just so many people out there that deal with this kind of life, and she just takes it to the extreme, and I get it. I totally get it. I totally get where she's coming from in this. Now, would I handle things the same as her? No. But I can understand where it's all coming from. And her intentions in this film aren't bad. And I think that's what all makes this more devastating. I don't really ever find her to be villainous. I don't find almost anyone to be villainous. Yes, there's some shitty actions done in the film, for sure. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much more about it because I feel like I might be giving away things. I don't know. But regardless, it's a great film. It's on Amazon Prime. It's worth a watch if that's your kind of film. But as far as the horror genre goes, I'm gonna have to go against that and say not horror for me, but a great movie nonetheless, and I'm very glad that I watched it. So thanks, fuckface. Adios.